So Frisco versus Celina. I get asked this question all the time, which is probably why you clicked on this video. So with Celina growing from 50,000 to 400,000 in the next 10 to 15 years, a lot of people are calling it the next Frisco. In fact, Celina is where Frisco was 20 years ago. So it's about finding out, is this the right city for you? Or is Frisco? Today I'm breaking it into 7 categories. At the end of this video, I feel like you're gonna know exactly where you and your family need to be. I'm Tiffany, I'm a local realtor here. I've been doing this for over a decade. And let's start comparing the very first category, which is location. So as far as location goes, Frisco is definitely closer to the metroplex, and it takes me, I live in Frisco, everybody knows this, and it takes me, 15 minutes to get to the downtown area, which is where we are right here in Celina. And you're looking at probably a good 45 minutes to the Dallas-Fort Worth airport. You're looking at a good 45 minutes to get to downtown Dallas. So if you work in Dallas, this may not be the best place for you to live unless you're okay with that commute. My Californian clients are totally fine with that commute because somebody told me the other day it took them 45 minutes just to get to the 7-Eleven. So it's all relative. But anyway, Celina is north of Prosper, and Prosper is in between Frisco and Celina. And Prosper's only 6 miles wide, high. So it doesn't take very long to get through Prosper to get to Celina. But a couple of the differences are Celina is where Frisco was 20 years ago. So you have massive developments going on. You have 50 subdivisions being built. There's a massive development map that Celina has put out, and I'll show it to you guys on where everything's going to start going. And Frisco's really developed. Now we've got the PGA area, the fields that I talk a lot about, that's developing, but for the most part, Frisco is got a lot already developed. So you're going to see a little bit less construction, and in Celina, you're going to see tons of construction. In fact, even in the filming of this video, you're going to hear construction and cranes and all the things in the background. Okay, so category number 2 is development and growth. As far as development and growth, Celina is about 20 years behind Frisco, which there's a lot of people in Frisco that are now moving to Celina because they built in Frisco 20 years ago. They watched the entire town build up around them, and now they don't like how many people are in Frisco. So it really depends on what your long-term goals are. And you can come out here and get a lot more house for your money. And you just have to know that right now, Celina's at 50,000 people, and it will grow to 400,000. Celina geographically is bigger than Frisco. Right now, Frisco has about 230, 240,000, and we'll probably top out at 350,000. But there's just a steep curve coming to Celina. In fact, they're pulling more permits per week than Frisco did at their heyday. So if that gives you a little bit of perspective on how much is happening in Celina. So if you're going to buy in Celina, right now is a really great time to do it because your equity is going to really grow as the city develops around you. So a couple of the things that I think are cool, they're coming to Celina, and that a lot of people have complained that is not here yet, is a Costco. They have that slated to be developed. They have an H-E-B. If you guys have not seen the H-E-B, there's a couple in Frisco. Everybody knows it's my favorite grocery store. They have one coming to Celina. There is an outer loop that they're building, and it loops, okay? And it's going to loop Celina and Weston and McKinney and Princeton all the way down towards Dallas. And so a lot of the developments coming around that outer loop, which is where the H-E-B is going to be, and a lot of the master plan communities are speckled along that outer loop as well. So not to mention all the development they're doing down here in the downtown Celina area. A couple of fun facts about downtown Celina. They have an open carry for alcohol policy, which most downtowns don't have. So you can literally go into the brewery, grab a beer, and then walk around and shop. So that's unique to Celina. And then they're building the silos. So there's some silos here, and it's going to be restaurants, a brewery. They're going to have, pizza. It's just going to be a lot of fun. But there's so much coming to Celina that will really make the quality of life go up because you won't have to go all the way into Frisco to get all of those things that you might need on a daily basis. Okay, so category number 3 is home prices in real estate. Imagine that, me talking about real estate. When it comes to Celina versus Frisco, in Celina, you're gonna have a lot more choices of new construction houses, and pricing is gonna be much better. So for example, we're here at the Parks at Wilson Creek, which is one of my favorite neighborhoods. It is off that outer loop I was telling you guys about, but you can get homes in the low 400s, all the way up to 900, million plus. And so I just think it's important for people to realize home for your money that you get being out in Celina versus Frisco, where you can get new construction. It's just gonna come at a price. So in Frisco, you can go to Hazelwood and you can get a single family home in the mid 700s. Here, you're gonna get a much bigger home for the 700s. So you just have to decide what's more important to you, the location of Frisco, higher price, but pre-owned in Frisco, you can still get some really great deals. I just had some people look in the 400s. Now those homes are small and they're gonna be older, but we do have pre-owned homes in Frisco in the 400s. So you're just gonna get a lot more new construction here in Celina. See you in Frisco. So this is Frisco traffic. You're not gonna see this in Celina yet. So if traffic bothers you, now compared to Dallas, it's literally nothing. But Frisconians that have been here for a long time can't stand it because it used to not be this way, and that's what growth does. So if this bothers you, then Celina may be a better choice. So category 4 is amenities and things to do. And we're here at the PGA of America in Frisco. It's our newest development, and there is so much to do here. There's so much to do in Frisco, mainly because it's so much more developed than Celina. But there are fun things to do in Celina. Like I told you guys, the farmers market and the downtown area, and they're building a whole lot of things out there that are gonna be community and family oriented. They have lots of sports, lots of parks, and here, it's a little more luxury feel right now, and we're gonna have Universal Studios here. We're going to have Firefly Park. We're gonna have a performing arts center in Frisco that they're gonna bring Broadway musicals to. So there's just a lot to do in Frisco that's not yet in Celina, but Celina's so close that you can just live out there and get your rural feel and drive right in to the PGA and be able to golf with your family and have lots of fun with all of the outdoor area. Hey, let me take you on a driving tour of the Star. Come on. All right, we are at the Star. I kind of just wanted to show you guys through a driving tour. This, before the PGA of America got here and before Fields West is built, this is where everybody comes to walk around and shop and eat and have community time with their family. So it's just a really fun place to be. Obviously, there is an Omni at the PGA as well. It's actually the #1 Omni in their entire portfolio at the PGA. But this is such a fun area. And the Dallas Cowboys practice stadium is here, and the Dallas Cowboys headquarters are here. So every once in a while you see them walking around, but you can come down here, you can go and get memorabilia, you can get ice cream, you can practice up here with your kids on the turf and throw the football. It's just a lot of fun. So I kind of wanted to show you guys what the Star really looks like. So this is Celina's historic downtown. And what's cool about it is not only can you come and eat down here, but they've got candy shops, they have little boutiques for kids and for adults. They have a farmer's market and festivals down here on a monthly basis. They decorate for Christmas. They have so many fun things for the community in this little historic downtown that it really makes this town that's booming feel like it's still a small town and still very community oriented. So I wanted to bring you guys out here because I think it gives you a good visual of what Celina looks like right now. And if you turn this way, this is Celina High School. And it's huge. It feels like a college campus. And I wanted to talk a little bit about the difference between Celina ISD and Frisco ISD because this is the only high school so far. And they have on the development map more high schools that will be built. And they've got so many elementaries that are slated to be built, but they're going to build them as they're needed. And right now, Celina is an A rating, and it doesn't mean that it's any different than Frisco's A+ rating. It just means that Celina's smaller. As cities grow, they naturally pop into those upper ratings in school development. So don't think that you're getting a subpar education out here, because you're not. The educational level out here is wonderful. The ratio of students to teachers is unbelievable. And so it's top notch, but it is an A rating versus Frisco's A+ rating. And Frisco has like 18 high schools. It's huge. So, and I think it's got like 30 or 40 elementary schools. But again, Celina will get there. So the next category, while we're driving out to the parks at Wilson Creek, so I can show you guys one of the communities out here in Celina, is community and lifestyle. I want to kind of talk to you guys about the differences in the feeling of Frisco and the feeling of Celina right now. And Celina is going to be way more rural feeling and laid back, because it's such a large land mass, and you're going to see tons and tons of undeveloped land out here. So you're going to feel further out. You're going to feel like it's slower, and how when looking at Frisco, there's a lot of hubbub, a lot of traffic. I mean, it's more condensed, and a lot more people are already there. So you may hit a lot more stoplights than down here. And so I just think that it really depends on the feeling that you're going for you and your family, on what type of lifestyle that you want. And I've got people that they don't even want me to bring them out here because it feels too far away. You know, if they can't get to a Target within 5 minutes, they don't want to live in that area. But you've got the ability to get into subdivisions out here that are new construction subdivisions that are in phase 1 and phase 2, because there's so much land that's going to be developed. For those of you that kind of want that slower paced lifestyle, then Celina could be a really great choice for you. Okay, category 7 is really the future outlook of both of these cities and what my professional opinion is. And everybody knows that I love Frisco. I mean, I live in Frisco, and with all the development that's coming to Frisco, you have a lot of investing opportunity for equity, but it depends on where in Frisco you're buying. If you are going to invest in Celina and buy out there, you're going to get some great equity. It just is going to be further down the road. So maybe 5 to 10 to 12 years, where if you're buying in this northern part of Frisco, you're going to see equity in the next 3 to 5 years. Pretty great equity. So it just depends on what your goals are. Get with me, because I can help discuss those goals and kind of figure out where you need to be. So depending on where you end up wanting to live, I believe there's personalities to both of these cities. Someone that will really like Frisco is someone who wants a lot of things to do at your fingertips. Development, newness, luxury, things that are close by, Targets, Costco's, H-E-B's, Universal Studios, the Video Game Museum, the Star, where the Dallas Cowboys headquarters is. There's so much to Frisco, and it comes with a specific personality. If you're more laid back, you want peace and quiet, you want less traffic, then Celina could be the best bet for you. So I just think that you need to determine what lifestyle and what quality of life you want. That will help you decide on which city is best for you. So I can help with that. Reach out at any time. You can call or text me. I'd get right back to you. And if you want to know more about investing in Frisco, watch this next video.